Okay, so in 2025, we have probably seen the biggest shift in SEO that we have ever seen. And not only have kind of all these new platforms opened up where we need to start ranking, including kind of AI platforms, but also the way we rank has changed. And I think the kind of service and the principles that a lot of people follow to do SEO is at this point fundamentally outdated. And this is where we need to catch up. This is how we need to change. And this is how you're going to eliminate your competition when it comes to AI visibility, when it comes to ranking on search engines in 2026. But first, let's just address what is this shift? Why is it changing? Okay, well, this is what agencies are offering at the moment. This is what top level teams at Fortune 500 companies are doing to do their SEO, and I think it's wrong. So they'll start with a bit of keyword research. They'll look at the data on SEMrush, Ahrefs, whatever. Then they'll do their on-page SEO, meta titles, meta descriptions. Then they'll do their technical SEO, page speed. Then they'll write a blog post. Then they'll build links, often kind of buying links from high domain authority sites. And then they'll track it all and keep going around in a circle and keep doing that, keep writing more blogs, keep building more links. And then, everyone will say, we'll get you to number one on Google, we'll get you higher up on Google. But this principle is not outdated. It's not outdated because it still works. But the reason is it's not going to put you ahead of your competition because everyone is doing this. This is the baseline which everyone needs to be at in 2025. This isn't something which is going to push you ahead of your competition. This is just maintaining. This is okay, you're doing what everyone else is doing. You're going to rank okay on Google. But here's the shift that comes in. Let's have a look at two principles for ranking on AI search and also for ranking on search engines. By the way, these principles have been around since the start of both of these platforms. They've never changed, they never will change, but we're still constantly kind of undermining them. Firstly, where does AI get its answers? Well, it's pulling answers from all over the web. It's pulling them from high domain, kind of high authority sources on Reddit, Wikipedia, YouTube, LinkedIn Quora, Instagram, Facebook, okay? There are loads of opportunities for places we can build authority. And then similar, Google. They have EAT as a kind of acronym, which stands for basically, you need to have authority and we will rank you. Now, as more and more people are basically thinking, okay, if I buy loads of high quality backlinks and I write a good blog post every week, this is becoming more and more important, building authority. And authority on Google doesn't just look like you know what you're talking about. It shows that other sources you are building authority, which is why authority is the number one word for SEO in 2026. How we build authority and how brands build authority is by far the most important strategy they need to be implementing for AI visibility and for SEO. And the funnel I have built here is called the authority funnel. And this is the simplest way and the most efficient way for your brand to build authority. Before we get into this, let's just think when we're looking to buy something on e-commerce, Amazon comes up. Apple is always going to come up under any phone searches. Do these people buy backlinks and do they write a blog post about the best iPhone to buy in 2025? No, of course they don't. The reason is they have huge authority. And of course, they're multi-billion-dollar corporations. But the idea is that authority is always going to win over you kind of implementing these basic SEO practices. And just because you're not a billion-dollar phone company doesn't mean you cannot master your industry and become the authoritative voice in your industry. Now, this is the funnel I want you to follow to make this happen. Now, obviously this means nothing, so let's break it down and go into each stage. Number one is research. And this is more than just keyword research. This is community research, right? Basically, what is the trend in your industry? I can tell you right now that in AI, in SEO, people are talking about AI. They're talking specifically about Reddit, how to use Reddit to rank on ChatGPT. That's the trend at the moment. That's what people are asking questions about. That's what people are writing LinkedIn posts about. That's what people are posting YouTube videos about. People are having all sorts of conversations about this on Quora, on Reddit, and I'm constantly monitoring these sources. So what's different about this is we're not just looking for keywords with a high search volume and low competition density on Ahrefs, right? I'm saying, yes, we can use some of these sources like data for SEO and answer the public to work out kind of a bit of data behind these keywords. But the most important thing is having a grasp on what people are talking about. What are the questions people are asking? What are the trends going on in your industry? You need to have a web of conversations, of questions, of queries people are asking every single day and stay updated on that. See what videos people are posting. This is crucial. It's not just, does this keyword have high competition? Does it have a high search volume? Is it difficult to rank for? No, it is like, what are people actively talking about? This is the first stage to building authority. It's like, you've got to build authority on the right places, on the right topic. So having a correct research strategy is super, super important. Okay, then let's take a look at this. We're going to create what I call your core content. Now, quite simply, we are writing a blog post. This is where most people will stop. They'll do this. They'll do research, kind of more basic research than this, and then they'll go ahead and write a blog post. And that's SEO. That's what people believe, have been led to believe, is doing good SEO. Now, the truth is we've got more and more stages we need to add on top of this and stack to kind of beat the competition, but it's still great to create content on your site. I'm not arguing that at all. Your on-page SEO is important, but like I said, it's a baseline. What can we do to make these blogs kind of even better than the competition? Well, I am a believer, and this is quite a split in SEO, that AI can write 99% of a blog and rank for it. But if you want to create just a killer blog post, you need to have a fantastic AI agent set up. And check, I've got video on how to kind of build this in my YouTube channel, but a fantastic AI agent set up which can really research these topics, research what the competitors are doing, build your plan. But then I also am quite happy to say that, you know what, maybe having a human copywriter to kind of check over things and polish that blog to the absolute maximum is important. So I'm perfectly happy with that stack. I think for some brands, maybe you can just do all with AI, but a human copywriter and AI, you cannot go wrong with that stack when it comes to writing a blog post. Schema markup is becoming super important. It's a technical thing. Look into it. How basically you implement schema markup onto a blog post, and it allows kind of large language models to easily work out what you're talking about. And then you want to be doing a blog consistently once per week, like no stacking. You need to be writing about a relevant topic and kind of repeating that content once per week. Like I said, most people stop here. We need to go to the next stage, and this is the most important stage. So we've got the kind of make stage here, and then it comes to the remake. So first things first, you need to be creating a YouTube video, okay, about that blog post. You know, how easy is it to repurpose a blog post that you spent time writing and you know is popular into a YouTube video script? Not that hard at all. So YouTube video script, kind of research the title, the thumbnail, and then you have the opportunity to take that video, whether it be 10, 20 minutes long, and turn it into these short form clips. You know, use something like opus.clip. Opus is fantastic for kind of creating short form clips out of long form content, and then you can post these in all sorts of places: Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right? There's so many different platforms, and we can build authority across these platforms. Then again, okay, we've got a kind of video section, and we can repurpose into LinkedIn. On your company LinkedIn page, I want you to start kind of creating a carousel out of this, even taking videos from the YouTube video or kind of short form content, using that for LinkedIn posts. You know, repurposing the blog into just a shorter LinkedIn post can be really easily done with AI, and then turning it into something like this, a Medium blog post. And this is just the baseline, right? There's so many places we can expand out of here. There's way more opportunities we can engage with. But like, why am I saying to do this? Well, let's go back to here. Like, where are we pulling sources from? Okay, well, you know, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, they are all on the list. AI is literally, and there is proof of it, constantly pulling data from these sources. And not just that, it's Google as well. Google is looking across these sources. It's looking across whether you have a presence on YouTube, what you're talking about on LinkedIn, and it is building your kind of domain authority based off of that. Your authority comes from other sources on the web. Are sources talking about you? Are they linking to you? Like, this has been the principle of Google since day one, and yet people aren't doing it right. Okay, and the other thing is that people say I don't have time to do this. This can be automated. I mean, we've automated this. Like 95% of it has been automated because you can. Like, okay, yes, you got to film a YouTube video, but then how easy is it to kind of write the script? How easy is it to write the LinkedIn post? How easy is it to change it into a Medium post? You know, you can post it through the APIs. Like, there can be, if you have this system laid out, you have huge opportunity to smash the competition. And like, the reason it's hard is because, yes, getting onto the top of Google, getting on top of AI is hard. That's why most people stop here and don't go beyond this line. But if you can go beyond this line, this is how you build an incredible authority on AI search results and Google. Final stage, we're going to take it to the next level here, and we're going to engage on communities. Reddit is huge, and I think I've made loads of kind of individual videos about Reddit, but Reddit is huge for ranking on ChatGPT. 40% of the answers that ChatGPT cites are being pulled straight from Reddit. Gemini, OpenAI, they have literal $1 million contracts with Reddit to use their data in their sources. So having a Reddit strategy, you can make a whole different video about. But in simple, it's looking at kind of going back to our kind of keyword research here and looking at what people are talking about. We have a fantastic boatload of content to be talking about. Now we just got to go back to these communities and engage and talk about what we found out. And even I'd say kind of starting up your own subreddit and posting your own content on here. Same with Quora. Like, again, let's just take a look at this. Reddit's up here, number 1, and Quora is here. So these sources are actively being cited by ChatGPT. That it is pulling data from these sources. So it would be ridiculous not to build and use all that kind of content repurposing you've just done to engage in these communities. Now, like, okay, this isn't an SEO hack, because this is what's incredible about this strategy. I know I've said this 100 times, but these have been the principles of ranking since day one. So it's not a hack, but it's finally an opportunity where you can clearly beat the competition, and there's a clear pathway for you to follow to beat the competition. Okay, I hope that was useful, because I think this is just going to change SEO behind so many brands, and is going to be huge. And like, now is an opportunity to just jump on and start building your authority, as it's going to become more and more competitive. Like I say, we do have a system which has automated this full process. We have some fantastic case studies, results to just prove that this works. And I think you only have to understand the principles to understand, of course, this is going to work. So let's have a chat if any of this sounds interesting. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, really appreciate your time. Okay, goodbye.